let's move on and bring on board Ravi Goyal, founder and CMD at AGS Transact Technologies, to talk about the roadmap and growth for the company going forward, outlook in terms of digitalization, how that is going to be a disruptor. Thank you so much, Mr. Goyal, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now. It's a pleasure having you on the show. And let's start by talking about the business model for the company in terms of how are you seeing the technology and digitalization actually being a disruptor.
Thank you so much. So, as far as our business model is concerned, I mean, we are in the payment space. We are there in the cash payments. We are there in the digital payments. On cash payment side, we are mainly involved with the ATM on an outsourcing model where we deploy the ATMs on behalf of the banks and charge them on a monthly or on a transaction model. Second, on the cash side, we are doing a cash management operation where we take the cash from the bank vaults or the branches and fill the ATMs. And third is that this cash management is being done through our 100% subsidiary called Secure Value. On the digital side, which has been a very focus area for us, we are doing three main businesses at our subsidiary called India Transact Services Limited. First is deploying the point of sale machine, that is card machines, that is on the retailers, on the corporates, and for oil marketing companies, where we had done a very nice interface for connecting the fueling operations to the payments, and that has been a very successful. We have been the innovative in that. Second has been the issuance of prepaid cards. We have prepaid instrument license from RBI, and we are issuing the prepaid cards. This is being done for as an NCMC card as well as co-branded cards with corporates. And third is the app on a mobile, which we are doing it for one of the large OMC being run on as a pilot. So these are the main three businesses. We also have subsidiary in Singapore, which in turn has an operations in Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Cambodia, Philippines, and Singapore itself. So these are mainly our business operations, what we are doing.
After Mr. Goyal, this is Cheryl also joining in the conversation. There have been enabling announcements from the RBI pertaining to the KYC norms of NCMC, and also more recently around enabling UPI on cash deposit and linking with PPI on third-party apps. What does it mean for the industry and AGS, since you are both in cash as well as digital payments?
So these all the three notifications and the initiatives from RBI is going to be a revolutionary for the payment industry. The first being NCMC cards now can be issued without any KYC. Now this NCMC interface, which was developed by NPCI, has been there for some time, but the metros were finding it very difficult to issue it because of the KYC norms, and it used to take a lot of time. So we have seen that the metros have been issuing their own closed loop cards as well as the NCMC card, but the percentage of NCMC were almost around only 10%. Now with this NCMC without KYC, we would see that all the cards which would be issued through metros would be only NCMC. There will not be any obstacles on issuing the NCMC cards, and NCMC cards being interoperable can be used for metros, for water metros, can be used for parking, tolls, and buses has a much broader usage, and we see this as absolutely going forward a very big initiative and a very good growth prospects for us. Second being UPI enabling the cash deposits on a cash recycling machines. This is also going to be revolutionary. We all know the way the UPI has been growing. Now there was an announcement earlier on the UPI for using the cash withdrawal on ATMs. That has been already in operations. With this new initiative, we will see that the cash deposit on the cash recycling machine also won't need any physical cards, and it can be done through your mobile. And third, PPI can now link their wallets to the third-party apps. It's also going to be very, very revolutionary, because what we see, there is a definite need and definite usage of a prepaid cards, where because of the of digital transactions being done through UPI, the consumers don't want to expose their bank account, they don't want to expose their credit cards, and it would be definitely useful for them to minimize their risk, to control their risk. They would be able to now use the PPI, and whatever is the balance only at risk can be used for third-party apps, and would be again a very good growth for us.
Right. Also, just want to understand in terms of, if you could talk to us about the new initiatives that the company has taken, and other than that, your growth strategy in the next couple of years, how do we see the company moving?
So one of the, obviously the new initiative which would be there would be an NCMC on a zero KYC. This would be absolutely a focus area. But recently we have been issuing the NCMC card along with the RBL Bank, Bangalore Metro. We have already issued around 40,000 cards, and very soon our target is to reach to around 2.5 million cards. Bangalore Metro right now has already issued around 5 million cards, and over a period of time, I'm sure the consumers would be replacing all these cards with NCMC. So this is going to be one area. We have also announced a few tie-ups on the corporate side for a co-branded cards, and there also we are talking about around 3 million plus cards to be issued as an open loop prepaid card. Third, which is going to be, as I mentioned, about a fueling app, which we have tied up with one of the OMC. So there also the pilot is in the final stages, and once the pilot is successful, we will be getting the rollout on a pan-India basis.
So the ATM expansion clearly seems like a big trend. The company also won contracts to deploy ATM machines. If you could tell us, what's the outlook for this particular segment? How big is that opportunity?
We have already announced that we have two orders from State Bank of India. One was to supply around 1,350 machines, which would be done in this quarter. We have also won a contract for around 2,550 machines to be deployed on an outsourcing model in next 6 months' time. So these two have been a very big orders for us. We have been also getting some orders for our cash management business, which is dedicated cash vans from banks like UBI, Canara Bank. That has been doing very well.
Okay, Mr. Goyal, with that, thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon on Now, giving us an understanding in terms about the company, the growth of the company going forward, as well as what opportunities lie for the company. Thank you so much. That was the management of AGS Transact Technologies joining us to talk about the roadmap of the company going forward.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.